Welcome back to Taekwondo, lesson number 15 on Chung Gun Hyung. Chung Gun Hyung is the pattern that is typically taught at around the 4th Gyop level or Blue Belt level in our Taekwondo system. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to Dane Harden Martial Arts on YouTube. Let's talk a little bit about the significance of Chung Gun Hyung in our Taekwondo system. Chung Gun defined, Ahn Chung Gun is a known patriot. He assassinated the first Governor General of Korea. That Japanese Governor General's name was Hirobumi Ito. This is a picture of Ahn Chung Gun at about the time of his death. The 32 movements within the pattern actually represent Mr. Ahn's age at the time that he was executed in Liusheng prison in 1910 by the Japanese. At the trial, Ahn Chung Gun defended himself by saying that Hirobumi Ito had carried out at least a dozen atrocities against various Korean citizens. This is a statue of Ahn Chung Gun. He's also on postage stamps in Korea. And he's really very much revered as a national hero and patriot of the Korean people. This is actually a picture of the statue showing Ahn Chung Gun shooting Hirobumi Ito. The history and impact of this is interesting in that Hirobumi Ito himself had been a samurai in Japan, and then in Japan's transition to imperialism, he transitioned as well, becoming a soldier, and he was appointed by the Japanese government as the first Governor General of Korea at about the time of the annexation of Korea in 1908 and 1909. Korea was annexed in order to pillage that area of their natural resources, timbers, and fuel. This is a picture of Hirobumi Ito with the Crown Prince of Korea at about the time of his death. It is interesting that when he was shot or assassinated by Ahn Chung Gun, that he was shot at 6 times. 3 of those actual shots hit him in the heart. It was shared with me by Park Sun-ul, who is a Sabum teacher in Louisville, Kentucky that I had trained with, that the 3 shots in the heart are the reason for the 3 Kyops in the Blue Cottage patterns. I've not heard anyone else really clarify that, but it makes sense to me, and so I thought I would share that lesson from Master Park. This is the Blue Cottage, where the Blue Cottage Chang Han series patterns were developed. Let's take a closer look at Chung Gun Hyung. So we're going to slow this down and take a look at Chung Gun pattern performed at about 50% of the pace. The first movement is to go to a Junbi position, and then from Junbi position we go to the I bear no weapons position, but because this is held lower over the hara, or the center point of your abdomen, your tanden, it means that you trust someone a little bit less. I start with the yoke sudo kick and press, and follow back through with yoke sudo, front leg kick at belt level, and press through. Next is a shift to a left-sided pseudo, step out, elbow strike. Right-sided pseudo, step out, elbow strike. Then it's double punch high, double punch low, turn and cross block with the left hand on top. Back fist, throw the hand down to feed into the punch. Someone's grabbing that lead hand, so you throw the hand off as you hit. Song Su is the side block. Chamber it into your front punch, back leg side kick. Song Su again. Chamber, punch, back leg side kick, and belt level side kicks are certainly acceptable. Press block. Step forward into your fighting stance. Press block again. Followed by a stepping up and cross punch, and then doing 2 blocks. I've had an injury in the Army to my left hip that required reconstructive surgery of the hip and also screws and pins in my pelvis. So I've got an artificial hip, screws and pins. So that does limit my range of motion somewhat on my kicks. But I'm still able to kick and still able to train with some persistence and discipline. That is Chung Gun pattern performed. So now we're coming off at a 45-degree angle so that you can see it from a different position. Again, the same hand posture but held low. A scoop reverse, followed through with a slow press. Scoop yoksudo, front leg snap kick, slow press. Short shift into a pseudo with a rear elbow strike. Double punch high, double punch low. Cross with the left hand on top, roll out to a punch. Cross, roll out to a punch. There's the Song Su, chamber punch, side kick and down. Song Su, chamber punch, side kick and down. This is an exhalation breathing movement, followed by another exhalation breathing movement, slide up and punch like a hook punch. On that block, we're blocking a bow staff. And that finishes Chung Gun pattern. Come on and show.